live. Yeah, yeah, we going live. Hey, hey, we going live. Yeah, yeah, we going live. Yeah, yeah, we going. Yeah, yeah, we going. Yeah, 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 we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line. Hey.
Hello, hello. This is another episode of Fields to the Real, and I am Jarrett, the football genius Burgess.
And I am Stephanie Fitzpatrick, the Advantage Coach.
Ah, that sounds like a new name.
Yes. Yeah. So, no, I did not get married. Quite the opposite. Fitzpatrick is my maiden name. So I am actually free as a bird.
Let these jokes
single.
You on the market.
I'm on the market. That's right. Back on the market. Yes. So, yeah, but no, just, I was recently divorced. So, yep. Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah.
All for good reasons. It's time for new.
It's time for new.
New. I'm all good. Yes. All right.
Well, let's see. All right, so.
Can we do one thing before we start? You didn't
Absolutely.
know I was going to do this, but I just want to take like a second to talk about the ridiculousness of the gun violence. That we had another, like, y'all, I was in Charlotte 2 Mondays ago at UNC Charlotte. And then last Tuesday, they had a shooting where people were killed and injured. And then yesterday, we had another shooting in Colorado where a student was killed and 8 others were injured.
8 others
were injured.
That's right.
So I'm just really like, this has nothing to do with what we do for this show.
Nah, it does though. Like,
but I try not to be so heavy.
Right.
But I just needed to say we need to do better.
Yeah.
We all need to do better. And
Definitely.
If we are as outraged as we claim we are when these things happen, you know, like I said before with the whole Nipsey Hussle thing, and everybody was all blah, blah, but you notice how it just falls off and everything, and everybody goes back, and then it's the next thing that makes you outraged, and then you go back. Like, I don't know what to do, but I know it's somebody out there who does, who can start a movement or start a something that will, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's
We'll
sad.
say I might be the brain that sparks, you know.
Let's go.
That sparks whoever to change.
Whoever, like real talk. I went yesterday and participated. Man, you gotta go.
What's that?
So with when
Melissa,
Melissa,
yes,
oh my gosh,
righting our wrongs.
Righting our wrongs yesterday was at a YMCA here in Atlanta, and there is a teen group there that they are now going to do along with Vox Communications. They're gonna do a like a write it, speak it thing, so the kids they can write or they can video. And so that's what they did yesterday. Like they wrote, and all those what was written will be published, and what was videoed will be published.
Oh, wow.
Of what they see and how they feel about what's going on in their communities.
Yeah, that's important. Like, and it's cathartic, you know, to just get that stuff out.
Yeah, like they literally were asking permission to write down things because they didn't think it was okay to say certain things that they were seeing in there. So they felt empowered yesterday when they were getting that chance. So it was just an amazing experience, and they're gonna do it, I think, weekly. They're going to be doing stuff weekly. But either way, I just wanted to say, because they might be the ones.
Yeah.
To push forward something that can make a change, because they sick of it just like we are. Yeah. And they see it all the time at a different level, the gang violence, just the violence period in their community. So, yeah. Anyway.
And I feel like, you know, folks are so much more apathetic now. And I don't know if it's just one of those things
desensitized.
We're seeing it a lot more. Like when you dig into the numbers, like violent crimes have gone down like over the years, but we got so much more access to everything. We see everything. It's a click of a button on our phone, and we have so much access that we all we see it now. So it still feels like there's just some level of apathy now with these this younger generation.
Yeah, well, all the things that, like you just said, that they see kind of just desensitize them.
Yeah.
They don't look at it as real almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think they see it as real like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm sorry. That's all left of what we normally, we do on this show, but I just felt like it was important to say. I'm certainly saying that the families of those who've lost in both Charlotte and in Colorado, we praying.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was deep.
We are definitely praying for you guys.
Yeah.
There was another kind of a story that I had seen from over the weekend where this young football prospect who was in 8th grade in St. Louis,
and he was
down.
Yes. I mean, the kid was already, like, he had offers already.
Yeah, in 8th grade.
In the 8th grade, he had offers already. Yeah, I forgot about that. I read that too. Like, man, it's just, I can't, and I'm never going to be desensitized because every story makes me, I'm literally almost in tears.
Yeah, right.
Just at the thought of, like, you could be here tomorrow and gone. Like, over what?
Right.
Because somebody had access to something they didn't have no business having access to.
Right.
Essentially is what it boils down to.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway. Okay.
Right.
Sorry, y'all. Start on such a heavy note. I just needed to
we
say
got to get it out.
Yeah. I just needed to say that. And I didn't want to wait till the end to say it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not an afterthought at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's really
Who's
right?
really right?
Yep.
All right. So, first topic.
The NFL. And should veterans. Okay, y'all.
Oh, yeah,
so
you had to tell me. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm trying to pull up my.
It's okay. I see you having the TDs over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So our Who's Really Right question is, should NFL veterans feel obligated to attend OTAs?
Yes.
Just to be, like, as a part of the team. And the reason that this is our topic is because this has come up in Tampa Bay with Gerald McCoy.
Well, a few places, actually.
Really, but I mean, his story was like what stuck out to me. I mean, this is always a story every year with veterans. Some of the time it's because they're holding out for money. You know what I'm saying? And I know what your argument is gonna be, so I already know that sometimes they hold out just for their body's sake.
Yes.
So in this case, Gerald McCoy, he has not been in camp, and that's odd because he's always there.
Yes.
So I think that's what kind of has thrown people off a little bit and taken them aback because they're like, wait, what happened?
Right.
Where is he? You know, so people started saying things like, oh, he don't love football anymore. He doesn't want to be a Buck. He's this is what's going on. You know, making all of these assumptions about this man and his life and his choices, and he just went off. I'm sorry. He went all the way off.
He should have.
He finally came out on social media and posted a video of him on Cinco de Mayo on Monday, like sweaty in a gym, and he was like, y'all out drinking and partying, and this is what I'm doing. I'm working out, and his kids was in the background, you know, playing basketball. He was like, I'm working out. I don't know, you know, and so for Ollie, pretty much he just slammed into him, was like, y'all don't know me, you don't know my life, you don't know what's going on, you don't know why I'm not there. Stop talking about me. Get my name out your mouth. Pretty much is what he was saying. Get my name out your mouth, and leave this alone. And so that kind of just sparked this for me, like, because every time I hear it, even when it was Julio, you know, we here in Atlanta. Even when it was Julio, I was like, what is wrong with y'all? And so clearly, Jarrett and I see this differently.
Yes.
Jarrett, being a former football player, he kind of has an idea, I guess, of, you know, what they're going through and why they choose not to. And then, so I'm going to let you go. And then I'll tell you why I feel like they should.
All right. So I kind of know what you're going to say, too.
Okay.
You know, well, actually, we already talked about this.
Yes.
But, so, well, I'll start with me, and I'll let you
just say
your point.
Okay.
But, my thing is Gerald McCoy is going to be at all of the events, all of the team events that he's required to be at. It's not as if he's holding out and saying, I'm not coming to anything, which some players do.
Oh, yeah,
as
we
their
saw
form
that
of
with
leverage.
the Steelers.
Right, yeah, right. Le'Veon.
Le'Veon said, no more, I'm done.
He's still holding out.
Yep.
He done went to the Jets.
He done went on to the Jets.
I'm not coming here.
Right.
But no.
Oh, gosh.
I'm never mad at a player deciding not to go to voluntary workouts.
Okay.
And the reason is that far too often when you get to the NFL, what teams use as their leverage is that this is a team sport and that you need to be here because it's a team sport. But when it becomes business, they have all of the leverage and they can just say, well, if we want to get rid of you, if we don't want to pay you, we don't have to because this is a business and we need to run it like a business. Well, you as a football player, unfortunately, while it is football, this ain't what you call it? This ain't little league anymore. This ain't high school. It's not middle school. Yeah. Like, this is a business. You have to treat it like a business. And Gerald McCoy needs to get paid. He needs to get paid.
But he's not holding out for money.
Huh?
He's not holding out for money, is he?
Well, okay, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about Jalen Ramsey.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, because he's also in this.
Yeah.
Because he needs to get paid. Okay. But Gerald McCoy is preserving his body. And I understand that. And I also understand the point of, listen, this is voluntary. This has been worked out in the CBA. Just like everything else that's been worked out in the CBA. So I have the choice of if I want to come or not. And I don't think you should put it on me as if I'm not a team player because I'm not at a voluntary workout. Like, it's still all business. Okay. Because if something happens to me at this voluntary workout, I don't have to be held liable. It's voluntary.
I get it.
Go ahead. I see you.
No. I'm letting you get it out. I get it. I get it.
And that's the thing I wanted to introduce two other people into this argument too, because I believe that Le'Veon Bell is kind of doing his thing too. But from his standpoint, he's like, I need to do what works for me. And what you guys are doing in these voluntary workouts is probably only a fraction of what I do.
Okay.
Which, I understand it. If you know your body and you understand, because your body is your best asset. Yeah. And if going to your own strength and conditioning coach and your own strength and conditioning team is what you know is going to prepare your body, then I have no problem with it. Okay. Now, specifically in Le'Veon Bell's case, you're going into a new offense. And if these OTAs that are voluntary involve you learning plays and learning, then come on, cuz. You got to do it. But Jalen Ramsey, who's also in this thing, because the Jaguars, what's his name? The coach that used to coach for the Giants, who's now in the Jaguars, Tom Coughlin, comes out and talks about how everyone needs to be here.
Old school.
We don't need to be here because in the CBA it says I don't have to be here. Yeah. And y'all ain't trying to pay me. Give me my money. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's different.
Yeah, So that's why I was kind of arguing that Jalen Ramsey, because that was what was fresh in my mind. But
that part, because that's the business side of it. Right. So I get that. But I guess, and more so than McCoy, Le'Veon.
Yes.
It's a new team.
Yeah.
You need, because what it sets up in my mind is an elitist type.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm better than y'all. I don't want to train with y'all. I'm good. I don't need to see y'all. And especially a new team.
Yeah. Like,
you need to be doing what you can to get to know as many of those people as you can. Or developing rapport with your teammates. And it's an elitist attitude from him. I don't say that about McCoy. I get why. I get your point. But I still feel like he did it for all these other years for a reason. So, for me, I feel like it's some personal stuff with him and your boy Bruce.
Yo, man. You know I love Bruce.
Me too. Bruce is the coolest dude I know. Like, yeah.
Not only is Bruce invited to the cookout, he bringing a potato salad. And you know you can't eat everybody potato salad.
Right. So, yeah, I love Bruce too. But I feel like this is more personal between the two of them, and
Yeah.
so you're not putting, because your pattern up till now has been what I think his logic is what my argument is. I need to be there. I need to be with my team.
Yeah.
I need to be a part of what's going on. They need to see me. What I told you the other day was, you all are the veterans. These rookies coming in, y'all need to be helping them. I know you're not looking to help somebody take your job, but you need to be, at least, if it's nothing more than, it doesn't even have to have anything to do with skill.
Right.
Just, how do I become successful in the NFL? How do I make that transition to be, you know what I mean? Just man to man. I'm not even talking about what's happening on the field.
Right.
But building that rapport with them to be able to have those conversations is necessary. And that's the time to do it.
Yeah.
When it becomes mandatory, y'all too busy.
Right.
To be worried about, you know what I mean? And so, and like I said, because he's done it up till now, I feel like this is personal.
It might be.
This is some ego. Let me say that. This is some ego involved in this for him this time. And that's the only reason for him personally, I'm like, that's not a good look.
Yeah.
Because don't let somebody else take you outside of who you are.
True.
And as far as the question goes, in general, what I just said is why I feel like it's a rapport building opportunity. You get new teammates every year. You get rookies in every year. This is your opportunity to mesh. To me, chemistry is everything. We just got through, before we went on, we were talking about the Celtics.
Yes.
Without that chemistry,
Yeah.
there's no cohesiveness. And then how do you play? I mean, And Le'Veon, you really just setting it up for what? Because they're going to look at you like, oh, okay.
Well, okay. So, while I do agree, honestly, last year, Tom Brady didn't show up to OTAs, and it wasn't a big deal.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so, I think it becomes a big deal. And I guess maybe you talk about the level of success that the Patriots have had. Patriot talk.
Here we go. Never, ever,
You know,
ever.
listen, they are the bar. They are the standard of success in the
Golly.
NFL. So we always have to talk about it.
Okay.
You see Odell Beckham Jr. talking about he wanted to compare himself
To
to the Browns. He said he wants them to be the type of
Oh, I'm like, wait, what? Okay, no, I missed that. I'm
Yeah,
like, I thought you
yeah.
were saying he was comparing, like, please.
Nah, we're not gonna go that far.
This is like
Odell.
looking at a mirror, and it's the total opposite. Like, no, we gonna turn that mirror around.
Yeah.
Like, no.
No,
Okay.
but I mean, I understand about So, but
I
was
mean,
just
it's
saying
the
it to say,
pinnacle.
like,
You want to be
everybody,
that.
everybody
get
talks
that.
about the Patriots
Yeah.
glowingly because they've been the standard of success
Absolutely.
in the NFL.
I get that. We gotta talk about them if we gotta talk about them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
We gotta always talk about it.
Okay. Whatever. All right.
But no, so I just don't see it as being that big of a deal. I think there are plenty of opportunities for team building even without these voluntary workouts. And honestly, the majority of those guys that are going to be in the building for these voluntary workouts will not be in the building when the 53-man roster comes. So,
Wow.
I mean, that's the reality. That's the reality of the
Okay.
NFL.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you want
That's
me to
why
ball with
you
these
the ones
dudes.
that's there, because
Right.
you're looking for that 1-2 people that might.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow. That's
You
deep. I get it. I mean, I do. I get it. It just.
Come on. Are you conceding? Concede.
I'm gonna say it's up to the people.
Yeah.
It's up to y'all.
We'll let you guys
Like,
decide.
but I see
I
what
think you
you're
guys
saying.
said I won last week. I think I heard a few people
Last
say
week.
I won last week.
Okay.
Was it last week?
I don't know,
Or
honey.
was it the week
'cause
before last?
I don't know when you won.
I don't even remember what we was talking about last week.
I'm like, well, you won last week, really? Okay. We had two who's really right last week.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you win?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Wait, did it? That episode ain't even come out yet.
Oh.
Oh no, it was the Pat Beverly one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, people
You
said,
think-
I got you.
oh, they
People said
said
I got you on that one.
They did? Oh,
Yes.
okay. All right. Okay. Hey, once in a while we're gonna throw them a bone. It's okay. It's okay.
They gotta give me something. Man. I had like,
He gotta
I
stay
had
in
like
the game.
12 weeks.
He gotta stay in the game. I
Yeah.
understand. It's all good.
I needed it.
Yeah, but no, I get it, and I have to I have to give this to you because clearly I'm not playing football.
Yeah.
I ain't played football,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm not really. I don't have that That, you know, even as
Yeah.
far as their bodies go, some of them don't go because they really are like, I need to just chill out.
chill,
Especially, I mean, and I get it from a Tom Brady standpoint. We talk about somebody who's 40-some years old.
Mm-hmm.
I get it from Tom Brady saying it.
I'm going on vacation.
Right.
If I'm Tom Brady.
I'm in a hyperbaric chamber
Right.
for about like the next 2 weeks.
I'm hibernating.
Yep.
In the hyperbaric chamber.
Yep, for the next 2 weeks. So I get it from his standpoint because
Right.
you're preserving your body.
Right.
And I would even get it from Gerald McCoy's, or even what Le'Veon said if it wasn't a new team for him.
Right.
Would I get it? But again,
Yeah,
the
that's-
circumstances to me. So we're talking about like 3 different things because you're talking about Ramsey,
Mm-hmm.
who's holding out for money.
Yes.
You're talking about McCoy, who I think it's about personal reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And you're talking about Le'Veon, who's a snob. Well, that's all I can say.
Yeah, but I mean, but don't the teams create this kind of hierarchy? You know, with
They do, but that doesn't mean you buy into it.
That is true.
You don't have to buy into that just because let them treat you how they treat you. But you as a person, how you treat others,
Mm-hmm.
is on you. You don't have to be a snob because here's my thing. You could afford to have that strength and conditioning coach
Yeah.
meet you after you get done with this little stuff since it's not enough. You can pay him to come with you.
No, I think the thing is, like a lot of these guys go to facilities all over the country,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's not a thing of like, you know.
And you don't
They
think
could
that
be
the
in New
Jets
York.
wouldn't be like, y'all can use the facilities after we done?
Well, so let's Chip Smith, who's here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Chip Smith's not leaving Atlanta with all of the clients that he has
Right.
to go to New York to be around the Jets and then fly back to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
I get it.
So, and I'm only using him as an example. I don't know who Le'Veon's going
Yeah.
to, but just like Mark Verstegen, who
Mm-hmm.
he has athletes performance in Arizona and in California. He probably has another one now
Mm-hmm.
at this point, but you know, guys go to his facilities to train and they stay there. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, a lot of these guys go to them before the draft, and these are the guys who get them ready for the draft, and so.
Mm-hmm.
They built a rapport with them, and
Mm-hmm.
you know they want to work out with them.
I get it.
So, sometimes, like if you think about a couple of years ago, actually it was more than a couple. I want to say it was like maybe 2013. The University of Maryland football team, they had maybe 5 or 6 quarterbacks go down with ACL injuries.
Yep, I remember.
Now, if I'm on that team, I'm not training with that training staff. Listen, I'm going to my own.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I'm going to my own strength and conditioning coaches. Listen, y'all got some issues.
That's like the Browns.
need to be
I don't
worked out.
want to, like, remember when all that was going on with the
Right,
Browns? And
yeah.
I was like, I'm not going in that facility.
Yeah, nah.
No staph infection
Right.
here. No, thank you.
No.
Yeah, I get it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give you this one. I am. I'm going to give you this one.
What?
I am. I mean, I still feel like it's important,
No.
uber important that they,
That they're
the
there for
chemistry
team
and the
building.
and the rapport, and that you're doing what you need to do to be a part of your team.
Yeah.
I do feel like it's uber important, but I see why. Like,
Yeah.
you've given legitimate reasoning
Yeah.
behind why they might not
I want to
be there.
And I'm gonna tell you, like that team building stuff, it doesn't happen at the facility. That team building stuff happens in the off season when we not around the team and my family come to your family house, and we all go out as teammates.
Got it.
That's one of the things. Like when I was in school, I got accused of like my freshman year. Like my friends was like, "Man, you don't never hang around." Like,
Yeah.
but I had. I'm ashamed to say that I had stopped drinking and stuff, so I
Yeah.
wasn't going out and partying. Like that. So I think my sophomore year, I had kind of got back into it, like hanging around, and we became more of a cohesive. unit.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it is important. It's
Yeah.
so important. I don't know. And I don't know, so I can't speak to that.
Yeah.
I don't know when it happens, how it happens. I just
Yeah.
know that it needs to happen. And, yeah. So I just thought it was funny that he was like, I love that he came out and defended himself.
Yeah, he needed to.
Because people they do need to not have their opinions, I guess, like I'm having one. But, but either way, I just, yeah. So you win. Y'all only have to say nothing if you don't want to. I'm gonna give it to him. He really right this year.
Nah, I mean, yeah, some of y'all might feel the same. So go ahead
Yeah.
and when we put the graphic up on Twitter, please vote for me.
He just needs y'all to put that out there for him.
Listen,
Please put this out there for me.
I'm like 12 weeks behind. I'm losing 12 to nothing.
Oh my gosh.
12 to 1. 12 to 1.
Well, you said because you said you got one. So yeah.
Now put the cameras on me, 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 put the cameras on me.